What's up, guys? It's Eli with Night Jiu-Jitsu. I'm here with my buddy Twan, and I want to show some unusual triangles. The thing I like about these is they're used in kind of combination. Like I'm going for something originally, either some kind of attack from a certain position, and the way he defends sets up the opportunity for it. So here's 3 examples of how you can kind of use these, right? So the first one is from an arm bar. So I've gotten into this kind of spider web position, right? So you're already doing pretty good. And a lot of the time when you get here and he goes to defend, he'll defend in different ways. And one of the ways that you'll see people try to show a way to break this grip is by pushing here, right? And it may or may not work. If Twan's extremely strong here and I push, like his grip is gonna be strong enough to withstand this. But at least this can make space sometimes to slip my foot inside, right? So like keep your grip here. So I can at least maybe slip my foot inside. So both of my feet are above his shoulder. Now at this point here, I haven't broken his grip. His grip can stay in place, that's fine. But what I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna go here, this way, and I'm gonna open the space. So I'm taking my top leg off to open up the space for his head. And a lot of times right here, he feels like there's freedom, so he'll actually sit up into it. And even if he doesn't, I'm gonna reach under and I'm gonna grab my shin this way. So now at this point here, whenever we go, I'm gonna allow him to sit up some to this point, and then I'm gonna lock this triangle here. So you notice on this triangle, rather than getting my hamstring on the carotid over here like normal, it's my calf. Now, I'm still getting the compression from all 3 sides like this here. So I still get the triangle, even though the triangle is kind of off center. I'm still getting the compression of the shoulder into one side of the carotid, my calf is going into one side of the carotid, and then I have the leg in the back sealing the compression up with that internal rotation that you need on the triangle anyway. So it's a really strong triangle position to get to, and it's unusual because he's got to stay committed to the arm lock defense. If at any point during this, he gives up on the arm lock defense, you just go for the arm bar. Right, so that's why this works really well in combination. Now, another place that's really cool to hit this from is from the back. Again, I've gotten to the back, so again, I'm already doing pretty good, but he's got pretty good defense going too. So whenever we get here, a good way to start initially attacking is instead of just going up like this and trying to go straight for his neck, I'm gonna go up and down same time. So I'm threatening his neck, but I'm also killing one side of his grip here like this. So now all he has left to defend with is this side over here. So when I go here like this and we're falling, when he goes to defend his neck, he's only got one hand to do it with. So I'm gonna play the tug of war game with him. So I'm trying to choke, 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 even though I know he's gonna defend this successfully. So now I'm gonna put my leg on top of his arm, and that's gonna help me to crane this open a bit. That's enough just to get my leg up on top. And I'm gonna go high up on top. So I'm gonna go do a little leapfrog where I push his shoulder down and I hike my leg up on top of his shoulder here. Now, it's possible, again, I could go back to the armbar position, right? I might be able to go and unfold this and get the armbar, but if he goes again, now he knows that, he knows his arm is in jeopardy, so I'm gonna do the same essential thing that I did a while ago from the armbar position, where I'm gonna reach across and grab that shin that's up on top of his shoulder. Now I need to rock him to this other side to finish. So the way I'm gonna do that is I'm gonna do a little air guitar here like this to rock us to the other side here. When we get to this position, I've got my foot up off the floor. My other one is down by his hip. The reason for that is I don't want my leg to go between his legs because now he can start causing separation and eventually start to escape. So I hide it over here, don't allow him access to be able to grip that. I pull this nice and tight up here like this, and then I'm gonna clamp it, again, foot still on the other side, until finally I get ready for the last piece where I lock it behind his back here. Now he doesn't have access to be able to pull it apart, and I can finish this. Sometimes by scooting my butt back, will increase the pressure to make it that way. If I need extra pressure, I can push his head and shoulder into the choke. And if at any time this is still not working, I'm just gonna start going back and fighting to get this arm free, go back for this shoulder lock like that. So again, attacking by combination is gonna increase the success on a lot of those. This last one is a little bit convoluted, but it's a really cool option from the arm saddle. And the reason this is so cool is because the arm saddle is a very powerful position where you can set up straight arms, you can set up urigatamis, you can set up like triangles obviously, and then kimuras. So when we get to this position, the way this is happening is I'm going from this knee shield kind of position. I'm gonna scoop his arm. A good way I can get exposure to this arm is by kicking here and making him post on the floor. If I see that post on the floor, I'm gonna scoop that arm up, and I'm gonna try initially for this kind of urigatami like this here. I'm gonna go here and my shin is gonna go by his neck. I'm gonna turn my leg inside and I'm gonna try to get this arm lock. Now, his response most likely is gonna be that he's gonna fold this back and start trying to grab inside here like this. So this is about all he has, right? I can try to fight and pull this out and I might be successful. But something else that I can start to look to do now is I'm gonna secure my grip here on this side and I'm gonna start to go belly down. So I wanna get to my forehead and my knees this way. At this point here, again, maybe I can flip him over and finish the arm bar, but this is what he's gonna look to do. So if you look at what he's doing to my leg over here, when I get to this point, he's doing a smart job where he's going to post on that leg in hopes that he's gonna keep the separation and be able to pull his arm free. But whenever he goes to do this, I'm gonna feed my my foot inside and trap his bicep here, you see. So when I get like this here, now that keeps his arm in place while I free my leg. Now, once I do that, I'm gonna pull him nice and tight into place. This foot is gonna come up by his neck here, and I wanna seal that inside. If I need to grab at this point, I totally can, like that. And then yes, it's already really tight. That's one of the more painful ones because of the way that it's pulling into the side of the neck. So you probably felt like it's a neck crank on top of the choke. Yeah, it's pretty miserable. And that's how these sideways kind of triangles are a lot of the time. It's uncomfortable, it's a crank, it's painful before it's suffocating, but it is gonna become suffocating, so it becomes a really clean, valid technique. So anyway, if you're not already playing with these triangle variations, play with them, let me know what you think about them. Leave a comment as long as it's polite, and appreciate you guys watching. Thank you, Twan.
Thanks, sir.
Thanks, guys.